Thanks for what you do with your podcast and all the rest. You're doing a great job. Hope everybody keeps tuning in. You get a lot of good info, a lot of insights, understandings of how to get strong, how to stay strong, how to use your strength.
You do a great job, dude. You make things better than they are in real life, I think.
If you don't follow Massenomics, y'all do it. Social media, website, everything.
Massenomics.
What's up, everyone? We're here for episode 487 of the Massenomics podcast, the lifting podcast about nothing, recorded live from the corners of the Dakotas. My name is Tanner.
And my name is Tommy.
Welcome back, all return listeners, and heck, welcome all first-timers. We got any first-timers listening? Sound off in the YouTube chat if you're a first-time listener of the Massenomics podcast. We'd love to hear it and see it. So let us know, comment on YouTube. Are you a first-time watcher, listener, enjoyer of the Massenomics podcast? And how the heck did you find us at this point?
How did you get here?
What crazy path of life led you down this road to finding the Massenomics podcast at episode 487?
How many wrong choices did you make?
What downward spiral are you headed through right
crazy
now?
bender are you on right now?
Yeah. That you just found the Massenomics podcast. Oh, this week is going to be a fun one. We're going to talk about Tommy's nutrition escapades for the last
It's
year.
what everyone's been dying to know. I'm finally going to spill the beans.
Yeah, maybe we'll talk a little post-meet training, where we're headed there, what training outlook looks like. We're going to talk some current events in the strength world. Some world records were broken. We're going to talk a little pop culture. But first, I want to let everyone know to head over to barefoot.store. Barefoot shoes are the shoes that Tommy and I both wear. I wear barefoot shoes. If I'm not wearing retro, ugly, to some people, 90s basketball sneakers, I am wearing barefoot shoes. Actually, if I'm not wearing ugly to some people, retro 90s basketball shoes or Massenomics slides, I am wearing barefoot shoes of some sort. And that's a fact. Some of my personal favorites that I've been wearing are the Ursus 2 low tops, the Ursus 1 low top, the Ursus, the Ursus high top. That's what I wear in the gym all the time. It's what I've worn the same pair of Ursus high top suede black barefoot gym shoes for, I don't even know how long. Like, how long do you think we've had those?
Oh,
do you have that same pair of shoes? I can't even remember now.
Yeah.
Okay. Like we both got those as our first pair.
Yeah. Probably 3-4 years.
Yeah. And for as minimal and light and little as there to it, like mine certainly show signs of wear, but they're still what'd you wear for the meet on deadlift?
I wear my Ursus low tops now. Those are my preferred.
Okay.
I just like the low top so much.
So do you wear the high tops in the gym much anymore? Or do you wear
I don't, because I like the low tops so much. I just have a hard time not wearing the low tops.
Yeah. But you didn't wear the Ursonomics, though. Did you consider busting out the Ursonomics for the deadlift?
I did consider it, but it still just feels like it's that collector's item. The fact that those will just never exist again makes me, like, if I showed up to the meet and somehow I snagged it and ripped it on like a weight tree or something,
yeah,
it would hurt me deep inside. I just want to protect those. Yeah. So that it's like a collector's item to me right now.
I wore mine, I think, for the Friday night party for a while. I bust out the Massenomics. Actually, wow. I hadn't worn them for a while, so got to use them every once in a while. If you don't use it, you lose it, they say. So check out barefoot.store. Use discount code Massenomics to save you 10% on anything you order from Barefoot.
This episode is also brought to you by Build Fast Formula. Level up your life with innovative, clinically dosed, and research-backed supplements that just work. None of that fancy mumbo jumbo you don't understand. They got the basics. They got pre-workout, they got protein, and a couple other little things, but I mean pre-workout and protein, like that's what you need right there. Protein, got their 80-20 blend, 80% casein, 20% whey. It tastes great. It mixes great. It's my protein of choice. I'm a big fan of the chocolate lava cake. The peanut butter chocolate is also really good too if you want someone with that kind of Reese's peanut butter cup flavor. They also got vanilla ice cream. Vanilla also goes pretty good with everything if you need to get that one. If you're looking at pre-workout, they got you covered there. They got their fully loaded pre-workout formula, which is full blitz. And they also have Vaso Blitz if you want the dual nitric oxide support. And a little Build Fast hack. If you mix the two together, something crazy might happen. It's just something to think about.
Is it like one of those volcanoes that you make in grade school?
It does that inside of you. If you go to buildfastformula.com and use code Massenomics, you can save 10% on your next order. And while you're there, you can also hook it up with the subscription and save an additional 10%. So it brings you a pretty generous savings on your next order. One more time, that's buildfastformula.com. Code Massenomics will save you some money. Thank you, Build Fast Formula.
Thank you, Build Fast. Did you see the record has fallen?
The
Olympus
deadlift
has fallen. Yeah, deadlift. Half-Thor Julius Bjornsson.
Maybe you're Half-Thor Bjornsson. 6'8", 470 pounds. At the top of Mount Everest. It's lonely up there. The wolf up top. Everyone wants a piece.
Yeah, 505 kilograms.
Thank you, Kaz, for that quick color commentary.
It's like 5. My Kaz, what I've decided, it's like you stick to like 4 or 5
catchphrases,
word bits.
Yeah,
and you just like you say those punchy. Then you take like a
it's like
noticeable.
You almost think he's
break.
done, and then he comes right back in.
Yeah, and then it's like, and none of it has to make sense in succession.
No,
like the next thing doesn't have to build off the prior thing.
It's
Like
just
it
this word
just
soup
completely go to it just somewhere else. Like,
yeah.
and preferable if it does even actually, because you're like, wait, what? I'm not following.
Yeah.
What does that have to do with the last thing you said?
What were your thoughts on the lift? I got thoughts. I want to know your thoughts.
505 kilograms. What was it in Germany? Is that where that was?
It was quite the live stream, wasn't it?
I caught the live stream because I just happened to be looking on Discord on the time, and like Big Tyler Thompson, some people were talking like, oh, it's coming up. And I'm like, oh, quick, someone send the link. And they posted it. I clicked on it and he was like huffing and puffing about ready to go up to the bar. So I'm like, oh, sweet. So I was with Jack and my wife and whoever else at home, and I'm like, oh, he's going for everyone. When I explained the situation, everyone wanted to gather around the phone and watch it even too, where it was like, oh, I want to see this, like curious about it. It certainly moved well. I think some people were talking about, I can't remember if they thought he had like a soft hips in the lockout or something like that. I could kind of maybe see what they're saying about that. I don't know that it would get me, but I can, if I look at the right still images, I can see what people are talking about.
I mean, people like to complain that it's basically that it's not done to a powerlifting standard. I'm like, well, it's not a powerlifting meet.
Right.
So I give it a little more leeway.
I was good with it. I didn't. Yeah. I think it was a convincing lift actually to me that it's like,
actually the thing that surprised me is how fast his training went. His lifts were showing towards the end. I actually was surprised it was by no means slow, but I actually thought it would have moved just slightly faster, honestly.
Right.
How easy his training looked.
That's weird how strong and how good he gets, that when he goes to lift something that literally nobody else has ever done before and he gets it, you're like, I'm surprised it wasn't faster.
I know.
Like, but I kind of agreed actually, like so easy to Monday morning quarterback and be like, would have liked to actually seen it go a little easier than that.
I will say that like I'm not I've noticed a fair amount of like we were saying detractors like, oh, it's not a good lift, this and I'm like, dude, that's a good lift all day for me. I've no complaints about the lift. Probably the thing that has surprised me the most about the whole thing is, damn, dude, like people come out of the woodwork that are lifting experts on these posts. Like you go into that and everyone is just an expert on the history of strongman versus powerlifting versus Eddie Hall versus Thor versus Colton doing like just everyone is the expert on what is the pinnacle of human performance. Yes. And I'm like, it's just shocking how many people really think that they know just the ins and outs of all of this.
Yeah, I made a meme this week. I intentionally did this to play into the timing a little bit. Where I had to look and see what it was, but it was when the 110-pound kid says his 2.5x body weight deadlift is the same as mine.
Yes,
because it kind of plays perfectly into all the. I'm like, I feel like the exact right time to post this, and it did go over well too because it got a lot of.
It didn't even click with me that that's what that was based off of, timing wise.
I mean, that was the thought on my head. Like when I saw the template, I'm like, I'm gonna.
I feel dumb now not putting the pieces together on that.
Well, it's not like directly, but I think it just picks up on the
relevant.
Yeah, and I think that its success probably was in part due to that, but it that deadlift, to play off that meme, that deadlift was like a 2.5 times body weight lift for Thor,
which is really funny to think about too.
And talk about the 110-pound kid that started deadlifting last year. Can he deadlift what is 220 plus another pounds. A little under 300 pounds? Yeah. Can he do 280?
Probably.
Like, is that like, can we all agree that that's not the same? Like,
it's not at all. No, like not even remotely. Like that's but people don't get. But that's the thing is, just people want to find. If you don't like Thor, or if you don't like the lift, you just find because it's either nope, Eddie did it first, or Eddie's was more impressive, or nope, Colton is basically doing this in a powerlifting meet, so like these ones don't even matter, or no, actually Benedict Magnuson basically just did it to like an actual powerlifting standard 20 years ago.
He did it
with
in
no
an
straps.
MHP t-shirt.
With an MHP t-shirt, which is basically performance enhancing. But there's just all these people in there that have my guy that doesn't know who I am, that I actually doesn't, and I don't know anything. My perspective is the correct one on this.
My thought on that is like the Eddie Thor thing. Can we all agree that both are really impressive and like nobody else has hardly done either of them? But also at the end of the day, it is 5 kilograms more, right? Mm-hmm. Like it's 5 kilograms more impressive, right? I mean, he wasn't the first to break 500, but he did more. Mm-hmm. I just, like at a certain point, I'm like, he did more, right? Like is there a debate left to be had at that?
Doesn't seem like it.
Yeah. I mean, it took a long time, but it was 5, Eddie never did 505 kilogram, right? Like maybe he could have if he would have.
Did they weigh every kilo plate? Maybe they were all off a little bit. Maybe they weren't calibrated, actually.
Could have been. My bigger point my bigger takeaway is like Thor is from Iceland. Everything he puts out, his social media and everything he's speaking in English, because English is like
the world's language.
Well, I mean, in terms of marketing oneself, right. He's smart enough to know that that's true.
You're doing yourself a favor speaking in English there.
Right. But I was curious, the live stream, it was obviously in Germany, but I'm almost surprised on the live stream they didn't get like an English speaking announcer to call the live stream.
That is interesting to think about how that. Yeah.
Like it's a weird judgment of them to be like, well, why didn't you make this English for us? You German speaking primary language.
Or also
people,
just like, I just bring in an English announcer just for this one part of it, and we'll have 2 feeds here. Like that's not that hard to do either.
Right. That was just a thought I had. Like, it'd be interesting to know what somebody's saying about it.
Yeah. Yeah, that is. I'm curious how they arrived at that. That is, and maybe it was just the meet he wanted to do was in Germany, and that's just all there was to it. But
that's probably it. There's probably nothing else
that term's
to that.
Pretty loose here, but
yeah, right. So what else about it? Anything else, or is it's done? Like now, do we need to have? Okay, so Eddie got the 500, which is a really big deal. Like then for the last 8 years, it's been like who's going to break Eddie's. Mm-hmm. Now does it matter as much anymore? Like. More weight is more weight. To my prior point, more weight is more impressive. But like, do people care who's going to do 510?
Well, but this is the thing. Okay, so because Thor did 501, remember that he did that in 2020.
Yeah.
So
all the controversy about that.
So it's been broken once, and then now, he sort of chipped it. Like he's sort of chipped it again with 4 more kilos. Like it is cool, but does some guy coming up, whether it's Thor or someone else, showing up and like you said, do 510? Does that
which is no more impressive no matter what, but is it going to get the same? It felt like this got a lot of coverage. Is it going to continue to get that level of coverage?
That's what I just wonder. Like if someone's just kind of keep jumping at 5-ish kilos at a time, or even 1 kilo, do people start to be like, tell us when someone's really, really taking this,
Or is it also if it's not Thor? Because being Thor is a big deal.
Pick some random strongman from a different country no one's heard of that all of a sudden is a good deadlifter. Do people really care there either?
I guess
to say.
Garrett in the chat mentioned, if it's Colton as a power lifter to do it in a powerlifting meet. To go over
that's a way different thing though.
Yeah, that would be a different thing to see though. Like that would gain a lot of attention if that's if he does 510 in a full powerlifting meet.
Yeah, even he just does 1,000 in a powerlifting meet. Like that's going to be.
Yeah. Has he though? Like he has, right?
I don't think he successfully pulled 1,000. Has it? Right? Like, wasn't that?
I don't know what he did this last time. It was a lot when he broke Dan Bell's record. When he broke his total.
Let's see.
There was a point in time when we would have known that for sure.
Deadlift. Oh yeah, he did 1,030. Oh yeah, he did 1,036. Wow. Okay, shows what I know. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
But if he does if he does 500 kilograms, that's going to be a big
and
deal.
he attempted. That was the one he attempted.
Right.
1102.
Right.
And basically did lock it out, but just couldn't actually. Okay,
right.
That is pretty insane though. That does start to cast a shadow over it though, where if like this guy comes in and all of a sudden basically is doing 500 kilos in a powerlifting meet, where it sort of looks like
like 275
right.
pounds.
It does like, you guys got to do something crazier here if you're like using a suit and straps and it's a one event only thing.
But the people that don't like his lifting will say, well, that's sumo, so that doesn't.
No, I know.
Even though nobody's ever done it before, like, so it's obviously not easier, but that'll be the negative knock on him, of course, is that it's sumo.
Yeah, it is such an outlier though. Like that is the crazy part. Like that's just not even in the realm of what. It's really crazy.
Yeah. So that's the 505 kilograms. In other strength news event, the horse stall mat tiebreaker from the Strongman Lift Hard Live Easy bigger men class to settle who got second or third went viral on social media. Oddly,
good content's good content, right?
Of all the things, it's got 4 million views right now.
Action-packed content is just, it's what people like.
Yeah, so that was one of the more viral videos we had as of late.
Wow.
Toby and Alan battling out the horse stall mat grip, tiebreaker competition.
Telling Alan, get involved in Massenomics. You might get some. You might have
You'll
a good time
places.
around here. Yeah, you can go super viral in a horse stall holding mat. Does he know? Have you messaged him at all about that?
No, I haven't. I should actually send that to him
because there's no why would he ever think to look at that one again? He probably. That'd be quite the surprise to you. Like, this video has 4 million views, just so you know this.
And then also you can. The beauty of getting a lot of people seeing is you start to get people that are like start calling things out about your physique, your strength level, your
gripping technique.
Yeah, pretty much everything.
How boring
I love
you
there's
are.
people like saying that those two have small legs. I'm like,
they both do.
Alan and Toby don't have small legs. Like they're
not 5'5".
What do people think? Like that's why I'm like, what do people think that people's legs are? And he's like, Alan's wearing shorts down to his knees. Like you can't.
Well, and Alan's just
have
big.
No idea.
Well, and Toby's big too. They're both very big people. They're both like, I don't know. Is Toby like 6'3" or 6'4", 6'3"
and
maybe?
Like 255.
Yeah,
or something
and Alan's
like that, or 265,
6 foot, 6'1". Yeah, also about 250-ish.
Right.
Bigger than almost anyone leaving a comment on that video.
Yeah. Like, small legs. I'm like, makes you feel better about the people that say I have small quads. Like,
just how dumb
also say
everyone
these
is.
guys have small legs, and I know they don't have small legs. Like, I can't really judge myself at a certain point, but I know that these two guys are both strong and don't have small legs. So,
God, yeah, so dumb.
Yes, but oddly, just shows the complete oddity of what on social media pops off that chooses that video to get 4 million views.
You just gotta keep shooting, right? And something hits.
You miss 100% of the shots that you don't take.
That's right.
You didn't see the new Happy Gilmore 2 movie,
I have
did
not,
you?
so no spoilers.
All right, no spoilers, but I did watch it.
So did you enjoy it?
Yes, I did. I did enjoy it.
Okay.
Like, nothing shocking here to say it's not as good as the original.
Well, yeah.
It never is, of course, especially when it's remade 30 years later,
Mm-hmm.
But it was funny. and there's probably a bunch of people that haven't watched it, so I'm not going to spoil anything. But the Happy Gilmore 1, the storyline is actually pretty good. And like
as far as an Adam Sandler movie goes for that time, it's somewhat sensical
yes. I mean, there's a lot of
it's not as stupid as Billy
stuff.
Madison. Like
Right. No, right.
You drunk son of a rich guy. Like, let's just have you repeat grades. Like, that's so stupid.
Yeah. Yes. So, but that being said, that movie can stand alone on its own. You know, it needs no other thing.
Yeah.
Happy Gilmore 2 absolutely cannot. It was only propped up, but it's all propped up on the first one. Right. And the storyline is idiotic at best, probably. Like even in comparison to Happy Gilmore 1, the storyline is idiotic, but there is so many cameos and funny callbacks that I'm like, none of that matters. It is worth all. It is worth all the member berries that you get in the movie. That I'm like, and all the cameos that people put in it, and everyone is just the son of someone from the first movie.
Oh,
it's like, here's the son of. Everyone involved is the son of someone from the first movie. Is essentially the way they cast, but the star cameos come right away and they never cease. Like, it's just all throughout the movie, you're like, oh, and he's in the movie too, so that part of it's pretty cool. I guess when you're Adam Sandler and you've been in the business that long and you're into movies, you're into sports, you're into comedy, you kind of have a Rolodex that doesn't end.
And and then you're also like kind of rebooting this historical nameplate that everyone would love to have their face as a part of it too.
Yeah. So definitely worth watching.
Is that on Netflix?
Yes,
okay.
Which that's also cool. I'm like, yes, just put this on Netflix and I can watch it right there when it comes out. And I'm all for it. Doesn't hold up on its own, I think, whatsoever, but that doesn't take away from it being funny in my book.
All right. I'm gonna see if I can get this watching.
And the storyline is just terrible. I'm like, come on. Like, you could have done all of the same stuff, but come up with a little better story.
Just tried a little harder there.
Yeah. I'm like, this is that's stupid. But yeah, I guess maybe that's the point. It's like over the top stupid too. So that's Happy Gilmore.
I also had a movie watching experience.
Yeah.
Just the other day here. Somehow I convinced my wife to go to the F1 movie, and I'm not sure why she agreed to it. Probably because it was the first time I had said, hey, let's go to a movie together with no kids in a very, very long time.
She's like, I don't care what it is.
Yeah. Our kids actually love going to the movies, so we get to probably one movie a month with them, and they're always pumped for it. But yeah, we were actually talking, it might have been years since the last time we went to a movie together. And so we go to the F1 movie. People that maybe they're not aware, I'm a big F1 fan. And when I saw F1 movie, my initial thought was, yeah, I'm not going to watch this. Brad Pitt in it, like, there's no way this is going to be good. Yeah. And what got me, though, was I'm hearing all of these, it's like doing crazy good at the box office. And I'm hearing some people that I like that also on podcasts that also like F1 be like, yeah, it's actually not too bad. It's actually enjoyable. And I guess the guy, I can't remember if it's the director from Top Gun or some guy that had something to do with Top Gun, also had something to do with this. And I'm like, well, I don't need it to be some crazy story thing as long as like it's cool F1 racing action and like car stuff. I'm like, hell yeah.
I just like that anyways.
Bring it on. Yeah. Like give me the action here. And, gotta say, I was pretty let down by the whole thing. My wife,
oh, really?
My wife checked out.
Say the other
my wife checked out fast. Like she was, I could tell not having a good time. And there was a lot of times in it. I'm like, it's kind of like when you're watching the sports movie and they're like, this guy's like just breaking all of the rules. Like that's not how sports work. And like, that's how the whole plot revolves around this guy just breaking the rules.
Okay.
I'm like, I have to like ignore a lot. And like, I'm not even gonna say I'm like a hardcore F1 fan, but even a pretty casual fan has to be like, oh, that's not how any of this works. And that's just the whole plot of this movie is that like this guy is just skirting the rules, but never getting in trouble and is like somehow smarter than everyone else. Like these teams with hundreds of millions of dollars and all these crazy, basically engineers and data scientists. Like this one guy can just outsmart everyone. I'm like, okay, so, the action scenes are pretty good, but the rest of the movie really we were walking out, like my wife could not get out of there fast enough. I'm like, so best movie you've seen in a long time? She's like, okay, you didn't even think that was good, did you? And I'm like, yeah, it wasn't that good.
Yeah.
And I'm not even saying that to be like, oh, all hipstery cool. Just, yeah, the production is cool. The effects are cool. The action was pretty good. But as far as like my list of seeing car movies, I'd rank that pretty low as far as car movies go.
So not as good as Fast and the Furious.
Oh, I'd rather watch Fast and the Furious 1 all day over the F1 movie.
What's the Nicolas Cage movie, Gone in 60 Seconds?
Haven't seen it yet. So
You have not seen Gone in 60 Seconds?
President of North Dakota messaged me this. He's like, this was seriously like 2 weeks ago, some scene from that. And he goes, best car movie ever, or best car scene ever. And I'm like, dude, haven't seen it. And he's like, oh my God.
Yeah. What's his Mustang? What's he called? What's the name for it? If people listening will be.
Is it the Bullet Mustang in that one? Or
but what he calls it? He's got a name for each car.
I haven't seen it, so I wouldn't know.
He's scared. Eleanor. Yeah. Thanks. Big Ben. No, Eleanor is, he's like, has this healthy fear of Eleanor because of the way his path has gone. But yeah, the best is they listen to what is it?
Lowrider. Oh, Lowrider. Big Ben from Kansas. Yeah.
And then he does the okay, let's ride.
Yeah. I think that's actually the clip Dylan sent me. I think
that's okay, because that is totally the scene where he like put like they listen to a certain part of the song and then he goes, okay, let's ride. Yeah. And then they're like off to go do their heisting or whatever.
I gotta watch it. I gotta do it.
Yeah. Yeah, Jake calls me out. It's shocking that I'm shocked that you haven't seen the movie. But
all right.
That is of an era. Like that one's not too old. Like that one's not.
No, I remember that movie coming out. Was that like 99 maybe ish, somewhere in there?
Probably, I would say so. And it's Nicolas Cage, pop culture, and it's about cars.
I know. I gotta actually know when this came out. 2000. Okay, I was off by a year. Yeah.
Yeah, and that might be one of Nicolas Cage's best movies.
I feel like that is one that gets brought up a lot when they're talking about good movies with him.
Yeah, that might be one of that's. I could actually watch that. Do you think Dazed and Confused is a car movie?
I don't think so. I don't think so.
There's a lot of cars in it.
There's a lot of cars. I mean, a lot of movies have a lot of cars in them, but I just think it's like a time capsule movie. You know, it's just It's just of that time.
Okay,
and the cars are a part of that. You know, of the lifestyle time.
Are all the the original Fast and the Furious movies are car movies at a certain point? Are they car? I haven't seen them, so I can't say. But
I haven't seen like any of the. I don't know if
I haven't seen like the last 6.
Yes,
so
I don't. I mean, they're just
after
like action movies that happen to have
movies,
cars in them at that point, aren't they? Right.
Right. But like the first one was a car movie.
Oh, 100%. It's about like car culture and you know, like modding culture and that tuner culture, like that whole thing and racing and like very much of that. I don't know. We got listeners from California. They were probably living that life in the early, in the late 90s, early 2000s.
Gone in 60 Seconds is absolutely a car movie.
Yeah.
So do you have a favorite car movie?
Actually, I'll say this. You know what? I liked cars when I was younger. I'll put it, Fast and the Furious obviously was impactful, I think, for a lot of people of our age. And Gran Turismo games also got me like really into cars and stuff. And I always liked car racing video games. But I will admit there was like probably a 10, 15 year period where I just didn't really care about cars that much. And you know what kicked off the whole thing again for me? What did it all was I remember, you might remember I was in a bowling league, Tanner, back in the day.
Oh, yeah.
And two of the older gentlemen, they made a comment. They go, "Oh, have you seen that Ford versus Ferrari movie? God, that was a good movie."
Christian Bale, right?
Yeah. And I'm like, you know what? I haven't watched a good car movie in a while. And I wasn't even, I was like eavesdropping. I wasn't even in part of the conversation.
Yeah.
And like a week later, I watched them like, dude, this is everything I love about car movies. Like just like crazy, like the most like raw car and there's racing and it's just like these guys doing their thing. And I thought that movie was so awesome. And that I probably watched that. It was probably like 2021, 2020, something like that. And ever since then, I've been like 100% back on cars now. Like that actually was, I can say that movie was a turning point for me.
I wondered if F1 would compare to Ford versus Ferrari. Like,
oh God, not at all. I would watch Ford versus Ferrari so many times. F1, I'm good. Like the one time was it. I'm good there.
Yeah.
Because Ford versus Ferrari isn't trying to be a sports movie, like where F1 is trying to be a sports movie. And I don't really like sports movies because it's all the predictable cliches of what comes with a sports movie. And I mean, it's like pick your tropes. Like, oh, the washed up team are the bad team that's not doing good, and they have to bring in the old washed up guy to try and save them. Yeah, that's the movie. Like that's like, and the old washed up guy's got his old tricks, and he's like showing the new people like, oh, this is how we do it in my day. It's like, I don't know how many sports movies use that same plot line, and this one just happens to be taking place with, cars worth millions of dollars. So that's why I think that's probably why it doesn't work for me.
What about this has probably been a topic, so I should know the answer, but I'm guessing you haven't seen Days of Thunder.
I haven't. No, that's why I also I got to watch that one too. That's how Days of Thunder, Gone in 60 Seconds. I also want to watch there's like Rush and Senna are different F1 movies. So I got a lot of car movies on my list. So I mean, those 4 movies right there, that might take me years. That might be my next 4 years of movies right there at the rate I go.
Days of Thunder definitely better than F1.
I wouldn't doubt that for a second.
So that's car talk. Let's see. Should we hear? Actually, I'm wondering, should we do supporting our sporting members? Oh, you got a crispy crack over there.
Cracking a cold one over here.
I got
a room temp one.
Courtesy.
I left those freaking Ramblers in your.
I told you as you were walking out of the door. I said, "Hey, don't forget to grab those."
I was going to tell you. Okay,
Ramblers.
Lauren from Texas left us cases of Ramblers, and we were at the gym. I rode to the gym with Tanner on Sunday after the meet. Tanner had the Ramblers in the back of his truck, and my wife came to get me. And while I'm walking, I'm like, all right, I got to go. My wife's here. And Tanner goes, yeah, don't forget those Ramblers. And I'm like, oh, yeah, yep, they're in the back of your car. I'll literally grab them. And I remember I walked up the stairs and her car was parked right in front of the door. And my thought was, oh, I don't have to walk anywhere. And I got in and did not think about it one bit. And I was halfway to Sioux Falls and remembered, yep, forgot the Ramblers.
I reminded you so recently before you leaving that I just assumed they were gone and didn't even check when I left. No. And it wasn't until like a couple days later that I'm like, Tommy did not.
Actually, from the time you reminded me to the time I forgot was less than 10 seconds. It was actually less than 10 seconds. I was walking out the door, and it's however long it takes you to walk up like 9 steps. That's how long it took me to forget.
Yeah. I got to point out Toby's in the chat because we were talking about the horse stall mat video, and they're talking about comments, and there's a lot of like sexual comments getting in there, and someone said they should have jerked each other off, and I copied and pasted. I responded, we never said they didn't. I forgot I said that.
That's really good.
Nobody ever said they didn't.
Oh God.
Okay, so Big Lauren brought us all kinds of Ramblers because he knows that we're a rambling man. We'll say Big Lauren. This is courtesy of Big Lauren and Big Darren.
Yeah, Big Darren had a part in this.
Hand delivered from Texas, so these are fresh. I mean, you don't know, you don't have one, but I know that they're fresh because I've got them all.
Actually, speaking of Texas and beverages, there's 2 things there I really like. One was in the video when Dylan was talking about, he goes, yeah, see, we got Lone Star here. And he goes, it's the light. I'm like, oh, what a great host. And he goes, it's a host. Like he says that. I don't even know if it was an Instagram comment or what, but someone goes, geez, Tanner's wearing a Shiner hat, a Shiner Bach hat, while drinking a Lone Star beer. Like, just the most Texas you could ever be right there.
Yeah.
But you also said Lone Star, it's the national beer of Texas. And when you say Shiner's the international beer of Texas.
Shiner Bach. Lone Star may be the national beer of Texas, but Shiner Bach has always been the international beer of Texas. And even Dylan had to tip his hat to that one. He was like, okay.
Just one-upped him.
Yeah. Yeah, so thanks for the Ramblers, because we're rambling men over here. A little taste of Texas right here in South Dakota, even after our friends are gone. Mm-hmm. So shout out supporting our sporting members. It's a relatively new segment to the Massenomics podcast. It's where we give back to those that give to us as our supporting members. If you're not familiar with our supporting membership program, check it out. You go to our website. It's massenomics.com/join. That's where you can find out about all our different options. I think it was, who was it in the live chat was it Big Brandon I saw was saying he was just ran into someone wearing Massenomics stuff, Massenomics Enjoyer, and he was pitching them on the supporting membership.
Ooh, good.
If I was going to pitch someone, I'd say, check it out. It's how you get in on our Discord. It's the only way you get in on our Discord. It's how you listen live to the podcast. It's the only way you listen to our pre-show. We had our pre-show before we started this recording here tonight, where we just we goof around a little bit. If you like the podcast, you'd love the pre-show. I'd tell you that much. Mm-hmm. We shout out any first timers to the pre-show. We see if there's anyone listening for their first time. It's a whole thing. I don't want to tell you too much about it.
You got to be there.
You got to be there, and it's not recorded. So the only way you'll ever get in on it is by becoming a supporting member. There's a discount code that's only for supporting members. It's the way you are able to sign up for the Lift Hard, Live Easy Classic is by becoming a supporting member, because you get early entry or early access to sign up. When we do drops with merchandise, you usually get early information. Also, you get the first dibs on a drop. So like if we're selling our Lift Hard, Live Easy Classic meat tee and we're going to put that online, you get option for it first. So that way other people get pissed off and send me nasty emails once it's sold out that they went to buy theirs and it's sold out. And I have to say, got the nastiest email that we've ever gotten. Set a record for nastiest customer service email ever received by the Massenomics customer service department.
Just because
broke a record.
Our special limited edition event only t-shirt happened to finally get online and not be available in a certain size.
Yeah. And I've probably never talked to anyone in my life in an email or in person with that much disrespect. And like, I just can't recall ever speaking to a person like that in any way.
You know what we call that? The price of doing business right there.
Yeah. That one goes on the Mount Rushmore of emails we've received. It's up there with the woman that's looking for the full body vibrating machine.
Actually, those people really do both belong on the Mount Rushmore.
Yeah. So all that stuff, supporting our supporting members. We also give back like this. Big Lavender Will hosted their first wedding at their family's lavender farm. So congratulations on the first funeral that you hosted there. Big Steve and Big Tyler had a crew meet up at a baseball game. Congratulations there. And that is this week's edition of Supporting Our Supporting Members. You can also check out the Unpaid and Underrated podcast. There's a bunch of supporting members on that this week where they recapped the Lift Hard, Live Easy Classic that went down last weekend in Western Northeast South Dakota. Last thing on supporting our supporting members, it will not be too much longer until we have a line in the sand, and that line in the sand is for the crew mailer that we're going to have coming out soon. Probably our best crew mailer that we've had yet. So A, get signed up if you're not already, but B, we're going to really start to ramp this up and warn you, if your address has changed since the last time we mailed out a crew mailer, make sure to send us your new address so we have the right address. So when those all go out, they go to the right place. And maybe instead of getting 50 returned to me, we could get like 25 returned to me. That would be the goal. Like, can we get that? Let's see how low we can get that number. And all it takes is you to send me your updated address. Should we do a certified training facility?
Yeah, I was actually going to make good on my promise of if someone from Maine or New Mexico signed up, we were going to do them first. And someone from New Mexico signed up. And I'm looking, and they did not submit photos, so can't do a certified training facility if we ain't got photos.
We need photos of the Circle C Strength Shop in New Mexico, and then you will get on. Also, did you see what else we got?
No.
South of the border. South of the equator. We've got one signed up south of the equator now. Our first one in Australia.
Oh,
also no
yes,
pictures.
I did see that one. Oh, no pictures.
Also no pictures, so we can't do that one either.
God, that is way south. God, that is down there. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I'd love to talk about that one someday too.
So we have one certified training facility, but our one in Hawaii moved out of Hawaii, so now we're back to needing Hawaii.
No, God, no.
So now
one
it's
step forward, one step back.
Yeah. So now we're missing Hawaii. And what state are we
Maine.
still missing? Oh, we got Maine. It's Vermont.
Oh, Vermont. There you
actually-
go. Yeah.
There's not one. So we need Vermont and
Damn it.
Hawaii, I think.
Ah,
Hot spots.
right
that
back
we
to
need.
48 states.
Yeah. Hawaii is a hard one to get, too. Now we got to get someone back from Hawaii.
Yeah.
Can you move back there?
You know, they call it the lower 48 for a reason, and it's because Hawaii and Vermont are not included.
That's right.
Um,
So where are you going to
You know,
pick one
I can't remember
from,
who I
then?
was talking to at the meet, but they had said that we had a large Midwest bias and that we needed some more East Coast representation.
Okay.
So I don't know. Is there something out east here that we could do?
I bet there's something there. I bet there's something we could find. Let's see. Have you spotted anything intriguing?
I'm just clicking. I think I. Oh, found something very cool here.
What do we
I don't know
got?
who this is. Actually, I like to say I don't know who this is, and then you'll tell me exactly who it is, and I'll say, "Oh,
Yeah.
that's who that is." I'm looking just to the just west of Wilmington. What state am I actually in here? This map is so hard to tell. Wilmington, Delaware, just west of there. It's called Angband.
Where
Big
is
Brian.
that? Okay. So is it close to like DC?
It's
Baltimore?
it's between Philly and Baltimore.
Oh, okay. I'm getting there.
Actually, a lot of really
Okay.
cool gyms in this area.
Yeah.
But this one I clicked on first. Do you see it?
Oh,
It's straight west of Beer Belly's Cup.
of Beer Belly's Cup.
In
Okay.
see
Oh,
that?
not Big Ed's.
Not Big Ed's. Angband.
Okay, Angband. Got it.
Okay, you ready for this?
Yeah. So what state is this in? I want to write
This
one
is
down.
this says Delaware.
All right, Angband in Delaware. Okay.
Okay,
All
first
right, got
photo I'm
it.
looking at here. First photo, not a ton. It's just you just see a lot of just bars on a wall. It's very clean and very organized, but you got black horse stall mats, gray wall, and it looks like an unfinished ceiling, so it looks like it's in a basement. But banners are nicely placed. They're all just black and white banners. Got a lot of bands on the wall. You got looks like a transformer bar. Just some various bars. Looking very nice.
Check out that black and white custom Massenomics banner too.
Exactly right there. You got to know someone to get one of those, so that's cool too.
Got the Basement Brandon banner, the Strength Co banner over there.
Mm-hmm. But we go to photo
Barefoot.
2. You get a little more of a peek, and you can see that there are a lot of
Obsidian
horse stall
ammonia.
mats, along with some more black and white banners and some cardio equipment. We got the Concept 2. What do they call their bike?
Oh, is that the one that Dr. Tatty Waffles had?
Yeah, actually, yes, he did.
Yeah.
I can't remember what the hell that thing's called, but he has the Concept 2
the Concept
bike.
2 bike.
Yeah, there you go. Is that actually what it is?
I'm
Oh,
not sure
okay.
about that. Yeah.
You got the bike, the rower, and there's something else there. Okay, and I can see some rogue plates on a plate tree. Again, still not seeing a ton yet. But then we go to photo 3. You're getting a little more of a view of the place here. We got a
Yeah.
bench. Actually, that's the other side of it. Shows a little more. Photo 4. Now you can see we got the power rack. I mean, a ton of room. We got the power rack back there. But
Looks like he's got the Bowflex adjustable dumbbells also.
yeah,
behind
and
the bench.
this must be like a walkout basement because it looks like there's a sliding door you can see in the
yeah.
corner, letting some light in there. And then picture number 5, you have a much better view of this whole thing. And I actually can't tell.
Is that what's that? That's the bare finish on a rack, right? Where it's
Yeah,
like the
well, it could be,
clear
yeah.
coated.
Is it? Because it's not stainless. It's like the clear grind, isn't it?
Yeah, that's
And
what I think it is.
can't tell if this is a rep or a rogue rack. I'm just not the best at picking out instantly what it is, but it's that clear grind on the whole rack. He's got drink spotters on it, which is good to see. And I think that's like a rep adjustable bench in there.
What on the center nameplate? Was that a pulley system that's up above that or something?
Yeah, he's got some type of plate loaded pull down pulley system you can see going through the back of the rack and then comes up over the top there. But really, I mean, it's like the entire basement.
Very clean.
Yeah, it's just the entire basement, very clean, very well put together.
Very aesthetically pleasing.
Yeah, I mean, it almost, like, depending on the photo, it almost looks like a commercial gym because there's just so much room. He actually has, a lot of people don't have the luxury of clear space. He actually does have some floor space available here. And
he's got like 6 horse stall mats that are, all together that are completely empty.
Right, and they're just taped to perfection too, so it makes it look really big, seeing clear horse stall mats. But I love the aesthetic of this gym, and seeing a gym that's just not like overly packed. It is kind of cool to just see a gym with some space in it.
Well, we see the space, but what I want to see is, do you think you could get strong in Angban gym?
Oh, hell yeah. Getting hella strong in the Angban gym.
Getting strong there for sure. All right. Good certified training facility of the week. Make sure to sign up. Go to massenomics.com/certified. That's where you can become a certified training facility. We might get you on certified training facility of the week, but you do have to send us some pictures. Sign up to get certified. Then you got to either email us or DM us pictures, and we get those added to the map. Check out the map when you go over to the website. It's just really cool. There's over 300 certified training facilities all over the world on there. A lot of them with cool pictures and names, and you can find out more about them and if they're accepting visitors or anything like that. But get yourself in there. It's also, when we're doing big trips to do home gym tours for our YouTube channel, I can tell you firsthand this week, we've been using the shit out of our certified training facility map.
Yes.
Yep. As we're planning something we got coming up, we're using it multiple days in a row and referencing it constantly. And if you're not on there, we're probably missing you as a viable option. So head over and get signed up. Should we kick off our live listeners as we touch on a couple of ads here? All right.
They got to go.
Well, we're kicking those out. I want to make sure to tell everyone to head over to EliteFTS.com, the newest sponsor of the Massenomics podcast. And they hooked us up with discount code MASS10, and that'll save you 10% on most things on their website. There's a few things like the SS Yoke bar that when that's on sale, you can't stack it on top of that. But like bands, for example, if they're on sale, you can see you'll use MASS10 to save 10%. And I've got some bands right here. Luckily, EliteFTS sent us a bunch, and got a bunch of these shorter bands too, and various uses for this, but I've seen people even using them as like a hip circle, like you use the short band and then it like is a hip circle basically. This one's pretty stiff.
That is,
I don't know if I'm going to
thick one.
hip circle my way through this one very much. I'll just get a quick rear delt pump for the podcast episode. But bands would be one of our favorite things. Also, get the toilet paper. It's funny and pretty reasonably priced.
People love it.
Yeah, EliteFTS.com, discount code MASS10.
This episode is also brought to you by Juggernaut AI. Juggernaut AI has been the programming that I have been using for like 3 years now, something like that. And I've used it that long because I really do love it. It gives you a program based on any number of parameters and goals that you set up for yourself, depending on the questionnaire that you answer. And it creates it in a phasic structure, giving you, personally right now I'm in a bridge block, and it can take you from a bridge block to hypertrophy blocks to a strength block to ultimately, if you want, peak for a powerlifting meet. I have used it to successfully hit all-time PRs and increase my numbers, and the app is a joy to use. They're continually updating it. And it also does a good job of, right now, something that I enjoy a lot is just keeping your history log on everything. And I know you can keep a notebook and do that too, or a spreadsheet, but there's something really nice about just clicking on a lift and just scrolling through and seeing your history from reps, weights, and RPEs all listed right there. Makes it really easy to know where you left off on something and continue your training. If you want to get signed up for Juggernaut, follow these steps. Listen carefully. Go to juggernautai.app. That is the website. And then when you're on there, you can create your account and use code Massenomics to save 10% on the lifetime of your subscription. You have to do that through the website. It doesn't work if you sign up through the app. So get signed up on the website. Once you're signed up, then you can download the app, log in, and enjoy all that good stuff. One more time, code Massenomics will save you on Juggernaut AI. Thank you, Juggernaut AI.
Thanks, Juggernaut. Are we going to get into our title topic of this week's episode?
I think it's time.
Do you need a little title topic music to get you in the mood?
In the mood.
Okay.
All right, it's go time.
Yep, that's it.
Okay.
No turning back now. We heard Disturbed.
We're jumping right into this. We're not wasting any time. We're getting right into it, Tanner.
Yeah, we're not wasting any time other than the 50 minutes that we've wasted so far.
But besides that, we're jumping right into it.
We're not wasting any more time.
No more time. So I have now been running MacroFactor. Actually, what is the title topic here? The title topic is 1 year of tracking macros. And how have I been tracking macros? I've been tracking my macros with MacroFactor. If any of this sounds interesting to you, you can sign up and get an extended free trial with code Massenomics at MacroFactor. That's our plug right there. So
yeah, and a lot of people, a lot of success.
Dude, we've
had
had
even tell us about yours. Like just a lot of people that use it and like are like, oh yeah, why? Like this is legit.
We've had some guys, Brad the Pad specifically, dude. I don't even recognize that guy anymore. And from the first time I met him, and he dropped a ton of weight, and MacroFactor was the tool that he used to help him get there.
Yep.
But okay, here I'll give you the rundown on 1 year of tracking macros. So it's a year now ago, we had an episode of me talking about how I was just getting into this. It had been years and years since I had tracked any food. And even when I tracked food, I wasn't actually weighing it out. So kind of wasn't really tracking it. If you weren't weighing it, it was just sort of a guesstimate. But that was my introduction to actually taking nutrition somewhat seriously, was the first time that I had tried that. This past time around, got done with the meat, and I'm like, you know what? I know nutrition is this giant black hole of just an area that I'm not putting any real effort into. And so let's put some effort in here. And when I go in and look, just going to give you some high level numbers here. There's a ton in the app. I will admit that I don't like play around with all the stuff because there's so much in here. It really is. You can, it's up to you to decide how hardcore you want to get in the app. I use it to track my food. I do a lot of copy pasting. I try to use the app pretty minimally because I have enough things going on, and it's great because it lets you do that. But if you really want to dig into the stuff, there's things in there also. But when I go into my weigh-ins, my average, let's find it really quick here. My weight trend, the first, from what I can see, maybe I need to be able to zoom in a little more, but it looks like my first weigh-in that I ever recorded was, slid my finger up the screen. July 27th, I weighed in at 213.3 pounds.
It's almost exactly a year.
Oh, it's a year and 2 days.
Yeah.
Okay. And as of today, so that's 213.3, my first ever weigh-in. Today, my weigh-in was 219.8. So would have made weight if we did the meet this week right now.
Yeah.
Dropped those 2 pounds that I was over.
Right. Because what did you weigh in at?
Like 222.
Yeah.
So in that time, gained about, and actually this was a lighter weigh, and I'm usually weighing 222, 223, somewhere in there.
Right.
But I actually hadn't been tracking my macros for the past week. After the meet, I'm like, I'll take a little break. And my natural tendency, if I'm not tracking macros, is to not eat enough. And I was losing weight already in that first week. So that is one of the first things that MacroFactor is helpful for me. Is I'm not a huge appetite guy, and it keeps me on track, and it keeps me at a level that's more ideal for trying to gain a little strength, gain a little muscle. So I thought that was interesting. You can also go back in and see, and there might be a thing that actually tells you the number, but like I can get a graph of all of the weigh-ins that I've done through 2025 and 2024. It puts a dot on the day. Obviously if we're like on the road for Massenomics or something, there's not a scale in the room. So, I didn't get those, but as long as I'm at home, I weigh myself every morning. That was something that I'm usually pretty good at, but before MacroFactor, there was about a year or two there where I hadn't been doing the best at it. So I didn't even know what I weighed for huge stretches. So I'm way more consistent there. And then food logging, if you go back and look, I'll try to hold this up on the screen. Actually, I'll do this one you can see all the blue dots for 2024. That was basically me not missing a day. And then 2025, I started to miss a few more. I'll show those to you there, Tanner. You can see 2024 is like solid. 2025 got a little more spotty, but at that point, and that's just showing that was a day that I missed tracking food on. Yeah. And what really, to me, what that was is 2025, I'm like, I've kind of now for the most part eat a lot of the same stuff. I know what's going on. So there'd be days like if I'm gone, or actually even there's more than likely it was because we're on a road trip for Massenomics. We got enough other crap to worry about. I'm not concerned about trying to track my food and do a half-assed job of it. So that's where I've given myself a little more leeway now, is over time, I sort of know where I am, and missing a day or two here doesn't bug me as much. But what else do I got? I got a bunch of notes here. We'll see. Okay. I'll just talk about how my habits have changed with food and tracking and all that. The biggest one, and I have talked about some of these before, was that, like I was just saying, my natural tendency is to actually not eat enough. So MacroFactor helps me make sure that I'm actually getting enough calories in, because otherwise I seem to like just give it enough time and I'll get down to right around 200-ish pounds. And there's nothing wrong with that. But if you're 6'1" and trying to get stronger, 200 is kind of on the leaner side. It's just not as easy to get strong. And then I do know for a fact, though, that my diet without MacroFactor tends to be way higher on fat, and then not enough protein, and definitely not enough carbs. So MacroFactor really helps me bring that fat down and pump that protein and carb number up to a spot where I need to be. And that's another one that's changed. When I first started MacroFactor, I think, because it doesn't know what your caloric level, how many you're burning. Like, it tries to make an educated guess, and it fine tunes over time. But I think when I first started, if I go back last year, I want to say it had me at like 31 or 3,200 calories. It was something right around there. And over time, what that number has actually slowly gone down a little bit. And so right now I'm at about 2,700-ish calories is where it has me. And there was a couple
to maintain.
Yeah, for maintenance. Yep, it is right in that area. And probably makes sense outside of lifting. I'm sitting at a computer all day. I live a pretty sedentary lifestyle. I got little kids and stuff, and I'm chasing them around, but it's not unusual where if my wife works, like I try to get some good walks in with the dog to get some steps, but like if my wife works nights, which she does a lot, once I get the kids to bed, I can't leave the house and go on these long walks, and I don't have really any cardio things. So like steps kind of just that's one area that would be nice to have an option there. So, but I don't have that right now. So like there's days where I might only get 4,000 steps in, but there's also days where if I have it my way, I can get closer to 9,000 or 10,000. But one thing I'll say, one mistake that I learned at one point tracking my macros at rice, putting rice in. Somehow, I don't know how I did, if I was just typing it one time, because I wouldn't have gotten this, or maybe I just scanned the barcode and didn't read it, but it was raw, uncooked rice, and I was saying like, I ate 6 ounces, but it wasn't 6 ounces of cooked rice, it was 6 ounces of raw, uncooked rice, which is a shit ton of rice actually. And so for a while, I know for a fact, I don't know how long I was telling it the wrong thing, but there was definitely a few months where I'm like telling it I'm eating a shit ton of rice. And it's like, damn, you're eating this many calories and you're like just maintaining weight. Like we can keep pumping that number up. And then finally, I remember when I caught that, and I'm like, whoa, like my calorie numbers are way different all of a sudden. And I feel like MacroFactor was like, wait a minute. You're eating like
had to start to
your carbs are like a third of what they used to be. What's going on here? Like we need to start jumping your calories down. So there was definitely like this recalibration time of it not knowing, it thinking that there's some big changes. That was on my end. I think it probably took it a week or two, because you do these weekly check-ins. It probably took it a week or two to get that figured out, maybe even 3. But again, it's always changing. It's always doing the check-ins. And so if something seems off, just give it another week, and it's going to make slow adjustments to get you there. From a performance standpoint, this is probably actually my favorite part of looking back on this last year is, I'll say 2 things used to happen to me in the gym fairly commonly. And that was getting very lightheaded and feeling like crap by the end of my workout. Like feeling, between squat sets, just be like, I would get done with a set and be like, I don't know, am I just going to pass out? I feel so lightheaded, dizzy. And then let's say you get squats done and move on to an accessory or two, being so tired and just out of energy. I remember telling my wife, I just feel like crap. And maybe part of it was also, went through some stretches there where I had 2 kids under 2 in the house.
Right.
Or under 3, I should say, 2 kids under 3. So I was also not getting good sleep either. And that I think was probably a part of it. But I really do think that my diet was just not tuned optimally. Like it was not uncommon where there was days where before I had my home gym, when I was going to the commercial gym in town, like I might wake up, I'm like, God, I do not feel like making breakfast today. And I might honestly just have 2 pieces of peanut butter toast and a yogurt. That was my breakfast. And then I would go to the gym at noon and it's like, well, why do you feel terrible? It's like,
you ate
in the last 18 hours, you've ate almost nothing.
Right.
And now my breakfast is way different. I also work out later in the day. So I got 2 good meals in. I've had a lot of carbs in my system by the time I'm getting to work out. And yeah, I don't really get that feeling anymore. I mean, there's workouts where I'm starting to get very tired at the end, but I'm like, I'm also putting in work now too.
Well-deserved.
Right.
Well-earned tired.
And it's never a dizzy lightheadedness of, oh, is there something wrong with me medically? Like that's gone. And I really do think that that's mostly can be chalked up to just having better fuel in the system.
Yeah.
So that's probably been my favorite part. I do think too, I'm weighing. So the other thing with macros and just your nutrition is in a perfect world, your body composition changes a little bit. And I do think when I look back at, I also don't ever take like photos of me with my shirt off.
So like progress photos.
I don't do that. Maybe I should, but I don't do that. But I do know the last time, I was making a run at moving heavier weights in like 2018, 2019. And it was kind of just, no, we just eat everything. It's just bulk, eat everything. And you're getting the calories, you're getting everything, but it's also, you're getting a lot of fat. It was not good, clean calories at all. So I do think my body composition, looking at equal weights from 2018 to 2025, I think my body composition is quite a bit better now. I by no means have a 6-pack. I'm not ripped or anything, but I do just feel like feel like I'm in better shape visually than I was at that time.
Yeah. Could you ever see, like, after using it for a year now, like, is it ever like, I just don't really need it anymore?
I actually think I could.
Yeah.
I could, for the most part, go without it now. But what I like, though, is, so after the meet, I'm like, this is the time to just not going to really worry about training. I went to the gym and just kind of like moved weights around for 2 days or 2 days during the week after the meet. Same thing. I'm like, I'm just going to take a break from meet tracking because I was really trying to be like super dialed in the last month up to the meet, like as perfect as I could. And so I give myself that break and not having it at all. I'm like, well, breakfast is kind of 90% the same. So there's not really even anything to change there. And then my meals throughout the day, what I caught myself was, I don't think I'm getting enough food. And actually, I mean, that was the case. Like I lost almost 3 pounds that week. And so yeah, there could be a time, but I have a hard time seeing that time coming anytime soon while I'm still trying to take the gym somewhat seriously, because I now know that I do personally feel like that nutrition aspect plays a pretty big role for me. And even like, and it's not even from like a bad thing of like, it's limiting me. Like usually it's like, oh, it's the end of the day. I actually can eat a little more still. That's typically what the signals that MacroFactor are giving me. Hey, you actually have like 30 grams of protein left, and I might have a protein shake or a bar, or, oh, you have some protein, fat, and carbs left. Well, I'll make a peanut butter sandwich before I go to bed. Like that's the more common scenario than, oh God, it's dinner time. I have to really
can't eat.
I really have to pinch back on dinner time so I don't go over my calories. Like that's never the scenario for me. It's no, I need all the calories I can get here. So that's kind of my experience with it. Yeah, like you were saying, I have a hard time seeing myself not using it. I actually pretty sure. Well, actually, no, we got 2 free weeks, so it's not going to bill. It probably won't bill me now for at least another week or 2 here. But when that comes in, this is the other thing. Anyone considering it, you just sign up for a year. A year ends up being like $70. If you take it by the month, it's like $15 a month.
But if you use our discount code, you do get a few weeks for free.
Yeah, you get I think 2 weeks for free versus 5 days or a week. And 2 weeks is a really good time for you to figure out if this is
Right.
going to fit your lifestyle or if it's something you actually want to do. But we wouldn't vouch for this app. Well, yeah, we do have an affiliate code, so that is like a way that they pay us. But I wouldn't be using this app a year later, and we wouldn't be doing a year later check-in on MacroFactor if I didn't genuinely enjoy using the app and think it was helpful for my training. So I can confidently say, if you're going to spend, your $70 on a year membership, which ends up being what, $5 a month, $6 a month,
Right.
pretty damn cheap in the scheme of things. I think it's well worth it. Are there better macro apps or food tracking apps out there? Maybe, probably. There's probably someone that listens to this and like hates MacroFactor and something else works better for your brain.
Right.
Yeah, it might be.
I think it's pretty legit though.
I was gonna say, if you haven't done any of these, I think it's a really good place to start. It's not filled with dumb ads and like crappy like sales pitches, or it's not trying to push you anywhere or the other. It's you tell the app what you want to do, and it just gives you the data. It's not trying to make you feel guilty or trying to make you do anything you don't want to do. It's just kind of like the scale. It presents numbers and you interpret those how you want to. And they are continually developing it. And one of the other features, we talked about this probably a few months ago, is if you are on the road and you got something going on, they've added in this AI tracker. It's definitely not going to be super accurate because, it's just taking a picture, but it gives you an idea. So if you have a dish in front of you, you can take a picture of that dish and it's going to run it through their AI software to determine what it thinks that dish is and spit out the macros and calories and everything for that. And so that's, if you are someone that's on the go, on the move, that might be something that could just help you keep your diet in check a little more. So like there are different components of this tool that, depending on your lifestyle and who you are, might be more helpful to some than others.
And if you take a picture using that AI tracker piece of MacroFactor, if you take a picture of the Massenomics horse stall mat coaster, it knows that it will pop up as a Massenomics horse stall mat coaster with like 0 calories. So for whatever freaking reason, it knows what it records what this is. As the Massenomics horse stall mat coaster, which someone sent me that, and I'm like, that's not.
Oh, we thought that was a meme. We thought it was a joke when someone sent it, and no, it really was. It really was a thing.
It was real. So it's been 1 year of you using MacroFactor. It's also been 1 year of me thinking about getting on MacroFactor. It's my 1 year anniversary of
1 year anniversary of considering it.
But I will say, even prior, this episode's maybe helping push me, but even prior to this, coming off of the meet, I have been feeling very motivated for my training, and it was the first time I thought again, maybe now would be the time that I get on, while I'm really, really motivated on my training, then I start using MacroFactor to piece that along with it, as long as I'm really
that is the other nice thing about meets
now.
is it does create these just hard lines in the sand where things can't change up into this, and then once it's done, everything can change because nothing matters right now, and so it's a great time to experiment and switch things up.
That true with training, and that's how I've been approaching my training too, because I just restarted a Juggernaut block. I'm not doing a bridge block just because of my knee. Some of the bridge block stuff is really hard.
It is. There's a lot.
If you
of
haven't done a
movement
bridge
stuff in
block,
there.
and there's some heavy, like a lot of reps at like pretty heavy weights, and it's just wasn't really wanting to do that on some of my squatting stuff just yet. So I went straight to a hypertrophy block, but I am using it as a chance to do completely. Maybe did we talk about this already?
I think we mentioned that we were just going to switch things up totally.
Yeah. Have you heard about this? Have you seen this?
Have you heard about this?
Have you heard about doing something different after a meet? You seen this? Switching up your training. So I'm using Juggernaut hypertrophy block, but I am doing all very quad focused squatting. So, I'm kind of attacking my knee when I say quad focus, also knee focused at the same point in time. So my main squat movement is front squat, front pause squat. Is my main squat movement. My second squat movement is the pendulum squat because, I just want to use the pendulum squat. Obviously, I want to program with that freaking thing because it's kind of cool to use. So front pause squat, also partly influenced by like Dan Green in his talk there that I was kind of, so I've been working into front pause squats and the pendulum squat. And then on the deadlift, I'm still exploring what my options are there. Actually, your brother kind of, cause I'm like, God, I want, I like deficit deadlifts, but I also want to do it. It's still just too much like the regular deadlift. And here was my comment on squat. There's so many variations that can make
There's
it
a lot
that get it way different than just squatting.
Yeah.
That's get way different, like great variations that get way different. But I'm like, if I go pause deadlifts or deficit deadlifts or elevated deadlifts or halting deadlifts, I'm just kind of like, it's all still a deadlift of, I know
kind of just changing the speed at which you do it.
Right. So I think actually my second one's probably going to be stiff-legged dumbbell, because I like that one and haven't done it, or RDLs with dumbbells. But I might actually switch that to Smith machine.
Okay. Yep.
Or
so what was Ryan pushing you for though? What were you?
Well, he's been liking the Smith machine for deadlifts. He said like RDLs on the Smith machine. He said it's really good. But he's also been using the Rhino
with the bar. I saw him the other day doing that.
And I thought that I'm not sure I'm ready for that, but I'm even considering making my primary one stiff like an RDL deadlift, as my primary lift.
So it sounds like
deadlift.
he is just like pushing RDLs more though, is what
he is. And I just do like because I want to get away from the I want to get farther away from the primary movements for a while, just for a different stimulus essentially, and like to give certain things, just a time and, also just be as something different, like just to try something different, basically. Yeah. Novelty, add to the excitement. So I do think I might make RDLs even my primary lift instead of deficits. Like I would a lot of times at this point in the training, I'd move to deficits like in hypertrophy because it's a little bit lighter, a little more reps. But I'm like, I kind of want to do something different. So I might go more RDLs, or I might even do Smith machine RDLs.
Okay,
which would be a very odd choice for me.
Do you have to get on blocks for that Smith machine?
Yeah, you have to stand on a box in order to get down deep enough. Then bench, I'd have to. Actually, bench incline Smith machine is one of my main bench movements, which I did that this week. And actually programming it as the primary lift, I'm like, I got done. I'm like, oh damn, that was hard. When you're not just like doing it as like a tertiary movement, when you're really doing it, I'm like, okay, that was legit. I liked that. But then thinking about using the tsunami bar on my second thing, doing like close, I don't know. I'm not sure yet what the application is for the tsunami bar. I haven't quite, for the time being, I'm just doing close grip pause bench, but I may want to move that away to something more unique for at least the first couple hypertrophy.
It's got that going for it.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm just not positive like the best implementation of that into daily training yet. Like I was always an earthquake bar fan and a barbell bar fan. So I also, wanted to manipulate it maybe to incorporate more standing overhead press too. Because it's very, I like the overhead press, but Juggernaut doesn't by default get there, at least in the program, at least based on my weaknesses. I don't get there by default. So I usually have to.
Like ever? Like it doesn't ever program over? Oh, okay. No. I usually, once I get into my first hypertrophy blocks, I usually have some overhead in it.
Okay. So I may incorporate that more, but that's my general focus is particularly in the squat is, going away from the regular, hip, more hip dominant. Also is true to what people say about me. My weakness would be my quads in the squat. So it makes sense for me to target that more specifically for a longer period of time.
Blow them quads up.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's all really good. I've just set up my first, so I just set up the bridge block and had my first workout on Monday, and I was actually surprised so I'm in a bridge block, how much it was just an SBD day. But it started with pause squats, and it's, every 90 seconds, which, dude, They felt great. I mean, they
Yeah.
were smoking me. The weight was like 235. It wasn't heavy.
Yeah,
But when you're talking sets of 5 with 90-second break in a 90-degree garage, I'm like, oh God, I can't stop sweating. Like, what's going on right here? But actually just being back in that pause position did feel really good. It's been a long time since I did some of those. And then it had me move into comp bench after that. So I'm like, oh, it's not very different. So I might change some of these up more. And then after that, it wanted me to move to pause deadlifts. And back didn't like that one a ton. I actually had to bail out of that.
That's a tricky one on the back.
Because then I'm like, then I had this flashback of, oh yes, I kind of made this unofficial rule for myself a long time ago of SBD days should be very limited on me, because while I have all the gusto and excitement for it, at a certain point, something says no here. So I had to actually take that one back because the things actually weren't going good there. And then it moved into just kind of accessory, lat pull down, face pulls, dumbbell curls. It wanted a sandbag carry, but I actually was limited on time on that one, so I had to dip on the sandbag carry. But just the one moving to higher rep stuff, sets of the accessories being like sets of 15.
Yeah.
And I mean, you could do more, but I was just doing sets of 15. And then the other ones being on timers. It was like an hour workout, and it was intense, man. I was feeling it.
Yeah, the bridge block is no joke for anyone. You think you're like, oh yeah, this will be fun. I mean, it is cool. It's
not hard
training.
in the way that when you're prepping for a meet, it's every rep has to be perfect here, and focus has to be 100%. Like, when I'm doing pause squats at 200 and some pounds, like I don't really need to be focused that hard, but you get really freaking tired doing it.
Yeah, I think the longer someone lifts, I think it's interesting. You said, my rule of thumb is I really need to be careful on the SBD days. Like, those aren't great for me. I think the longer you've lifted and trained seriously and probably used programming, you figure out these own rules for yourself where, like, my big thing, deadlift is maybe my favorite lift. And at times it's what I'm the best at, but it's what I have to be the most careful about within training at times too. What I've come to rules of thumb on the deadlift, even with Juggernaut, I manipulate it this way, where if I'm doing especially if it's like a comp deadlift, I don't do sets of over 6 reps, and I don't do more than 3 sets. Because when I do like the 4th and 5th set, I can do the weight just fine. I just start to notice I'm like, these reps don't feel beneficial to me. They feel like I am pushing myself closer to injury than to strength gain, where I'm like, I just have to do enough to stay proficient at it and then utilize some other things to gain strength. I don't need to do 30 reps of the comp deadlift.
Right.
And it actually goes back to what always worked for me on Jackals, which was just about 10 reps a week of just the comp deadlift.
Max weight, or
you make
the highest weight.
Right. And then you make up the volume by the variations that you do that, maybe don't stress the body, the whole body quite as much.
Yeah, that is a great point. And it's one of those things where every once in a while you think, maybe I am past that. Maybe somehow my physiology, my anatomy has changed. And sometimes it has, but more likely than not, you get that reminder of like, no, there's a reason you made that rule for yourself a few years ago. And you didn't magically just get better. So I did, luckily it's fairly minor. Like it's not like when I was leading up to the meet and I tweaked my back and it was like, oh God, like that actually was a bad one. This is just like, okay, this kind of hurts. It's sort of annoying, but I'll be fine here in a few days. So it's,
I guess so. I've jumped around, but anything else on the year of MacroFactor?
No, that's actually pretty much it for me. If anything I said there sounds interesting to you, like I was saying, use code Massenomics. It helps us out a little bit.
Yeah, we get something for that, right?
Yeah, we do. And actually a lot of people for real have signed up in the past year. So yeah, if you did, going back a year, if you've ever signed up for MacroFactor, thank you. We have noticed that there was a fair number of signups every single month throughout this past year. And I think most people that signed up, if they gave it an honest go, would have a pretty favorable thing to say that it has changed their life for the better in some way.
If you've used MacroFactor, leave a comment down on the YouTube video of this podcast and let us know how it has gone for you sometime over this last year. Let us know.
Yeah. I mean, Brad lost a ton of weight doing it. I know he, stuck with it. I think still does. I remember hearing Kurt on one of his YouTube videos, Kurt Locker, talking about how he's been on MacroFactor. Big Ryan from Nebraska, he was telling me how he got signed up for MacroFactor at the meet. He was talking about it. And
our inside man.
Our inside man, yes. So he was telling me he just got going on MacroFactor. And I know I've had a bunch of other conversations with people. So, yeah, people are out there doing it and seem to like it.
Did Ryan drive his
The TRX?
TRX?
Yeah, we had a little car talk, too.
Okay.
Yeah, I still got the TRX, though.
Okay. Our man on the inside.
Our inside guy. The back channels.
Yeah. Always keep the back channels open. What else we got this week on the Massenomics podcast?
You said earlier, I wanted to say this for a while now, and I kept forgetting, but early in this episode, you made a comment and it reminded me. So I couldn't go to a home gym con because my cousin was getting married. And so I went to this wedding, and they're a little younger than me. They're like 28-ish. So in my head, that's 8 years younger than me. That feels like, that's like a whole just generational gap. Like they're so much younger. And sometimes I get reminded like, actually, no, going based off of the wedding dance and everything. It's like, no, they kind of still listen to the same music that you did. And they're into a lot of the same stuff. Like it's actually not as big of a gap as you think. But one thing I thought was very funny during the wedding is after everyone gives their speeches and everything, the husband stands up and he's talking about all this stuff. And he goes, it's just so great. I could do this all with my girlfriend. And people kind of go, oh, and he's like, sorry, my wife. And I'm like, he's set and baited everyone for the my wife.
Yeah.
And I'm like, even people 8 years younger than me still have the Borat love.
Well, it is also funny because Borat came out in 2006.
Yeah, that was, I feel like I was young when I was watching Borat,
So that tells me
school.
It came out when he was like 10.
Yeah. Which must be,
those people
it's
like
got to be one of those things though that when people get either
a
in high school or even
resurgence of it
college,
almost. Yeah,
like is it just a movie
right.
that's just on 24/7 in the college apartment or your college
Right.
house?
It probably is.
Yeah, it wouldn't surprise me because it's so dumb. It's like the type of stuff that's funny to watch.
Yeah. Well, a classic though,
So,
busting out the my wife.
Keeping the dream alive.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I did just see one thing here. Kind of along the lines of MacroFactor. Ben, I'm curious. I want to know what people's favorite sauces and spices for their foods are. I'm always, I know we got some people that like to cook, do a little grilling and all that stuff, but just cooking in general. I'm genuinely curious because, you can get sauces that are tasty, but they also have a shit ton of calories. I'm really genuinely curious what people are using to take their food to the next level that is just tasty sauces and spices. I want to know what you got. So leave a comment on this video in the YouTube. Go in
are
there.
you just looking for recommendations from people?
I just want to know what people like to season their food with.
Spice it up a little bit.
Yes, just to change it up. It's funny when we go to Juji's, like, he busts out, it's like, here's the rice bowl, here's the meat bowl, and he's like, here's like 9 different spices and sauces, and it's like, you just flavor. And that over the past year has slowly been how my eating has shifted much more towards that too. Of there's meat, a meat of some kind, there's rice, and then there might be some veggies mixed in too. And really, the flavor comes from picking your protein and then what sauce or seasoning you want to put on it that day. So I'm really curious what some of their go-tos are when it comes to flavoring their food.
You have to double check because I eat shredded chicken breast every single day for lunch that my wife makes. My wife makes it. It's buy a whole bunch of pounds of chicken breasts, bake it all, and then once it's baked, shred it all up, and then portion it out into 8 to 10 ounce portions, and then I eat that But she seasons that with something, and I want to double check.
Is it always the same? Does she ever change it?
Yeah, because I like it. It's just I'm like don't. Because I've been like, that is what I want. And I like,
you got it. Don't mess this up.
And there's never it's weird. I eat that every day for lunch outside of traveling or weekends. I actually, every work day I eat that for lunch. Weekends I might eat something different, but every single work day I eat that exact same thing. I don't think there's ever been a single day, and this as is my habits with breakfast too.
I know what you're going to say here.
Right. There's never been a day that I've not liked it. I've never been like, I'm so sick of this. I'm always like, yep. And I have that and rice and fat-free cheddar cheese on it. And every day, I'm like, I could eat it. I mean, I do eat it every day. And I'm pretty sure I could eat it for the next 50 years and never be like, I need something different.
I can't. Like, I have to, even breakfast, I have to change up whether it's over easy eggs or scrambled eggs. I have to change up. Basically, there has to be a different hot sauce on it almost every day. Like, I might go through a stretch where like, oh no, I really like this hot sauce this week. But I have like 4 or 5 different hot sauces I have to switch through for breakfast, or I just can't. I need the variety. The food is fine, but I just need the variety of that final flavor to keep me engaged. And that's where I'm getting to with like, you know, let's say meat, like let's say just hamburger and rice or chicken and rice. It's one time the chicken has to be with more of like a Mexican flavor on it. And then the next time, okay, we might do some barbecue sauce. And then the next time, no, we're doing more of like a Japanese barbecue or like more of a soy sauce kind of flavor. And then the next time, oh, it might just be seasoned with these spices. And I gotta have that variety to keep me in. And as long as I got the variety, I'm good. But if it's the same all the time, that's where I start to struggle.
Yeah, I actually don't like the variety of that. And it does, like you talk, like, because every once in a while we'll have hamburger and rice instead. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, oh, I don't even like, this is just so flavorful compared to the chicken and rice that I'm more. Like, I don't even really need, like, the flavor is the,
it doesn't need much when you're doing hamburger because it does just,
it just does taste like when you're used to eating pretty basic stuff. Then when you just have like hamburger and rice, I'm like, this actually is really good. Just like that.
Like, I can just taste the little bit of fat, just making this
that's
so much
what
better.
Yes, that's what it is. And well, probably the easiest way for me, if I ever really wanted to try and dial in, you know, with MacroFactor, it would just be, I just need to prep that food twice as much as I do now, because I could eat it for every meal. You know, I could eat it for supper every day also. Like, because my variability is I have different, you know, I eat with the family for supper, but if I pre-made all of the, if I eat that exact same thing for supper too, which I could eat that twice a day every day I honestly don't know if I would
basically just eat 2 meals your entire life, the same breakfast and the same lunch and dinner.
I think I could actually, like, if I could consider changing my breakfast to even, I couldn't eat my breakfast. My breakfast is too fatty. I can't have that all the time. But then I have like no fat in my lunch meal usually.
Yeah, I mean,
you know,
chicken.
like,
There's no fat.
And rice and then fat-free cheese. But well, I guess the fat that I do get is when I have cottage cheese also. You know,
not so that much fat cottage cheese.
Right,
though.
right. But that would be what it would usually come from. But I could probably replace my breakfast meal with that and eat it just
3 times a day.
I could just eat it, and I don't know if I would ever be like, oh,
no,
because I do kind of like it, or I do enjoy it, and it's so basic that there's, like, if I had, you know, you mentioned, like, if it was Asian seasoned or, you know, something like that, I would get sick of that after the 3rd time, because I'm like, this is too significant of a flavor. But since it's so
just so neutral,
it's hard for me to get sick of it because it's so neutral.
It doesn't really taste like, but that's
right.
And that's what I could eat that, but where it starts to get hard for me is like, it just kills my appetite to where I'm just like, I'm not that hungry in the first place ever.
Right.
And then also this doesn't taste great. So I just actually don't even really feel like eating anymore. And that's where I would like, I need the flavor to make me want to eat. Cause otherwise I can just check out and all of a sudden I'm not getting my calories in then.
I think you mentioned part of your problem and part of the benefit is MacroFactor is that you by default would eat less.
Yeah.
And I think the older I get, that becomes more, I start to fall closer into that camp, or at least what I would say, if nothing else, is as long as I start my day with breakfast, a good breakfast, which I 99.9% of the time always do, even when traveling, it's like, as long as I can get breakfast, I could not eat lunch and I'm not going to like have a bad day.
Yeah.
Like,
well,
I mean, I never don't really eat lunch. I try to, but when it does come up that I don't, or like if I wasn't making myself do it because of like training and stuff like that, I could certainly not eat lunch.
Oh, it's just a hassle. Like, it's way easier to just
not have to worry about eating. Like
Saturday, you know, we actually went out for breakfast. We hadn't gone out for breakfast in a while. And so we probably didn't eat it until like 10. It's like, well, I ate a lot. And all of a sudden, okay, it's lunchtime. It's like, I just ate 2 hours ago. I don't need to eat. And And then all of a sudden it's like 3 o'clock and it's like, I haven't really ate lunch. It's like, I don't really want to make a meal though right now because the supper, getting dinner in just a couple hours here. It's like, I could just go, but also I'm going to be way under my calories. So I'm like, okay, I better put down like a yogurt and a protein bar at least. So I have, a lot of people do consider that a meal, in the bodybuilding training sense. It's like, oh, that's one of the meals.
That's
like,
a meal. Yeah.
Don't really think of it that way, but I'm like, that's like the snack I have to just so that my third or my final meal of the day doesn't have to be 2,000 calories, to catch me up for what I've been missing all day.
Yeah, that's like what I fall into on weekends is my problem. That's when I do that because weekdays I'm eating breakfast by like 6:30 a.m.
Yeah, and you got the schedules just in place.
Right. But on a weekend, if I'm not eating breakfast until 8 or 8:30 a.m., then I'm like, oh, I definitely don't need lunch now. I'm like 2 hours. And then I'm like, if I just wait till like 4 and have a really big meal then, then like we only have to eat twice today.
I know.
That's easier.
Like, then I have to worry about it's the hassle of getting all the stuff out and warming
doing
it
the dishes,
up or preparing dishes. It's just, life's just easier,
Yeah. I might need to get MacroFactor. We'll see if next year when we check in, if I'm still thinking about getting MacroFactor.
Right. And who knows? Maybe we'll get some really good sauce and spice recommendations this week.
Yeah. And, I don't know if have you heard about this, but have you seen this? Have you heard about this? At Qdoba, they have this little hot sauce called Cholula. I don't know if you've ever tried it before.
I get it. At Costco, they have, the Qdoba at most grocery stores. It's just the cute little, 5-ounce bottle, whatever it is. Qdoba sells Costco sells a 2-pack of like a 15-ounce bottle. It looks comically large. So I always got one of those in stock at all times. Got to have one of those on you.
Qdoba changed so that they now have to-go packets of Cholula.
Oh, they do?
They're never, it's like ketchup packets, only it's Cholula packets.
They don't got the bottles?
I think they still have the bottles, no. But they also have, I think they got tired of people coming in and taking the bottles to go.
Yeah.
So they said, we'll offer you to-go packets.
Offer you. Okay, I was about to throw out we used to be a proper country there.
No. I think
you got options now.
There was some shady individuals that would walk in and
taking advantage of
bottle.
the system here.
I don't even know if it was taking advantage. Honestly, it's like you bought a burrito.
It was just like
you expect to get Cholula sauce
given to you.
Right. It's like, and you didn't have to take one every time. Like you'd take it and keep it at home, and when you got a burrito again, you'd use it again, and
the honor system.
Use it till it's gone, and then when it's gone and you get another burrito to go, then you get your bottle, and it's kind of right.
It's like, I exchanged money. I gave you money. You give me goods. It's pretty simple.
Right. And were you supposed, just because you're going to have it to go, that means you're denied having Cholula sauce on your burrito?
Yeah, damn shame.
I don't know where anyone signed up for that part of the agreement.
Yeah.
But now they have it in to-go packets, so.
Fits in your pocket a little easier, I guess.
Yeah, I think it all worked out anyways, but whatever. Yeah, that's my go-to hot sauce. Do you like just Tabasco? I'm sure we've talked about it, but do you like Tabasco?
I never buy Tabasco. I don't mind it. Actually, I don't. Just brought this up with someone the other day where I was like, I haven't had Tabasco in forever. I should buy some again because I do like. One of my preferred flavors is buffalo. And, buffalo has essentially no calories in it. Like, I think buffalo tastes great on chicken all the time. I think buffalo tastes great on pork. I don't ever eat it on hamburger of any kind, like any beef. But chicken and pork, buffalo is one of my go-to sauces. So
have you ever tried
Tabasco? I know not the same, but
yeah. Have you ever tried Big John's Old West barbecue and dipping sauce? Not calorie free.
I mean, not calorie free. That's the one when you want to treat
yourself. Flavorful.
When you want to treat yourself, that's the one you go to right there.
Big John's Old West barbecue and dipping sauce, as sampled at the Lift Hard Live Easy Classic Friday night.
That one's tough to beat. It's one of the all timers right there.
But like you said, that's more of if you had a whole bunch of that off everything all the time, that's actually going to add up to some calories.
Right, too, yeah. If you're having a couple servings of that off every lunch and dinner, you're adding is a serving probably 100 some calories.
Probably.
And if you're doing 2 servings or lunch and dinner, you're adding 400 or 500 calories in your day right there, which over a course of a week adds up.
Right. here's what the other thing I would say about sauces, and based on what I've said already in this episode, this will probably come as no surprise to anyone, but I like my sauces to whisper at me, not scream. Like if I'm going to add I can use Old West because any sauce I don't, even if it's a very, and I'm not doing it because I'm like, oh, I'm watching my calories. I just like my sauces to whisper at me, not shout.
Right. And that's, I don't usually worry about the barbecues like Old West because I'm not using it every day. And when I do use it, I'm not using a ton, but, there's something that sometimes I'm like, no, this just has to get sauced up and to just really load up the buffalo and know that you're almost no calories and we can really crank up the flavor. Same thing with hot sauces. No hot sauces really have any flavor. So like today when I did
any calories,
like no calories, lots of flavor, no calories. So like, today when I do like a chicken bowl, I throw some rice in there, some chicken, some beans, a little bit of cheese, and we're dumping the hot sauce on. And we're in Flavor Town now.
See, I liked it like at Thursday night at Loggers, Big Scott Dodzilla. He got ribs were on special.
I ended up getting the ribs too there.
Yeah. And he's like, oh, you get him sauceless. Then you don't have to worry about, there's no, cause he had to make weight and stuff. And he's like, yeah, no sauce. And they're really good. And I'm like, oh, I had a overly disgusting long beard at the time. And I'm like, I would be nice not to have it covered in sauce for the rest of this night. Mm-hmm. And I got sauceless, and there again, I'm like, oh yeah, sauceless. I could go all day.
You can do that with wings too. You can get your wings with the sauce on the side if you need to keep it clean.
I do like that sometimes too, but it's harder to find a good dry rub. I do not like when my wings come off completely.
You can tell them just cook your wings and then just put the sauce on the side. But
I know
I don't do that, but I know some people do.
It's like, I don't know. I'm scarred by that because like Buffalo Wings and Rings, which used to be in Aberdeen. Well, that is their default way they did it.
Oh, it was.
But I think that their wings kind of weren't that good, and it just like rubbed me wrong on that whole system. Then I'm like, I don't like necessarily, but I don't want the way I like my sauce to whisper at me and not scream. I don't want it to come out drown. I don't want my food items to be drowning in the sauce that they put on it.
It just depends. Sometimes, it can be.
I don't want my meat fighting for its life in your saucy pool that you made for it. What about ChatGPT? Anything going on there?
Okay. I think it was offline.
Are you just going to see if I know what ChatGPT is?
Have you heard about this? It's kind of going to be a big thing someday, Tanner. I don't know if you've heard about this yet, but no, ChatGPT, if you're a person that's in front of a computer at all, you've probably have used it at this point. It'd be kind of crazy, actually, if you're...
Do you use it every day?
Yeah, I do use it every day. So... I think we talked about this offline, Tanner. I feel like this just should be a public service announcement for some people. I think most people probably know this, but maybe just hearing it out loud would be helpful. Is that ChatGPT, as cool as it is for a lot of things, especially from a marketing tech standpoint, it falls into some very predictable patterns. Like there's a lot of people, and hey, we do we use it a fair amount. I've used it with things, and you just got to know what you're getting. There's definitely situations where it does not freaking matter. You just need some text. Yep. Who cares? You don't want to write it. But there are times where I think people are like really trying to put their best foot forward. I'm like, dude, this is so obviously just
you can spot it from a mile away.
Oh,
too.
Okay. And so here we're going to just talk about some of them right now. And some of these people, like, it's going to be the thing of, you knew this. Some people are going to be like, oh my God, I never realized it. And it's like seeing the Matrix. And okay, first of all, one of them, the M dash. This is what actually set this whole thing off for me, is the freaking M dash. Are you familiar actually with the M dash, Tanner?
Only because I think when we talked about it.
Okay, so like people that don't know what I'm talking about, there is a hyphen, a little dash. There is, I think, actually an N dash, like the letter N, and then there's an M dash. And an N dash and an M dash. What's the difference? Well, it's a dash that's like the width of a letter N, and the dash that's the width of a letter M.
Right.
And I learned about these terms in like 2007 or 8 when I went to graphic design school, and we had a class on typography where they teach you all about letters and characters and what the different parts of them are called and how they work and all this. And they taught us what that is. And the special keyboard combination.
Was there a
you need to-
chapter on the tilde?
That's where I learned about it, was in that, actually. That's why I knew what that was called, because of that. And that's where I learned about the M dash and the special keyboard combination you have to hit to make that.
Yeah.
And I thought, wow, that's crazy. I'll probably never use this. And over the next, I don't know, let's say that was 2007. So over the next 19 years, I've worked with a lot of different clients on a lot of different budgets and a lot of different projects. And I've had a lot of people from different walks in life and backgrounds supply me text for things. And the number of times in almost 20 years where a client supplied me with an M dash text that had an actual legit M dash in it, maybe 10. Like maybe you would see it once a year. Like there was definitely years where I wouldn't buy and I wouldn't see it. And then maybe the next year I might see it twice.
Yeah.
And now all of a sudden, I mean, I see M dashes daily now. Like, and it's because ChatGPT freaking loves M dashes. Like, that's one of the first indicators that you got ChatGPT text is there's just M dashes just spliced through it. And I'm not going to like try. I'm just going to say I had a project yesterday, or not yesterday, a project recently for a client. And this little project, very short, I mean, just a couple of paragraphs on some different things. And this project had like 17 M dashes in it. And I'm like, well, that's way too many. This is clearly just ripped from ChatGPT. So I've kind of started taking this habit of I either just turn them into hyphens, and a lot of times these M dashes are appearing in what would just be long run-on sentences. So a lot of times you can just either add in a comma or you can just put a period and make a new sentence, and it just works just fine. And I did some of that, and I actually had a client be like, hey, I think something happened. You remove all of our M dashes. In case you didn't know, this is how you make an M dash. Can you please add those back in? And I was just like flabbergasted. I'm like, well, that's
why did they want
so clearly just text that was just copy pasted from ChatGPT. Like, don't you just even want to cover your tracks a little bit? Like, I don't know. Maybe we're all in on the joke.
Did you say that to them at all? Or?
I mean, just my response is, oh, sorry. Like, it's usually just a really obvious sign that something was copy and paste from ChatGPT. And they go, oh, no worries. Just please put them back in. I was like, okay. Like, that's your call. Like, I mean, just that's on you. And it's whatever. Again, is it right or wrong? That's up for your business to decide. But so the M dash, that's one. The weather comparison, whether you're doing this
that's right.
or
we
this.
talked about that. Yeah.
Whether you're doing this or this, whether you need this or this, whether it's this or this, you can, I mean, ChatGPT uses that nonstop. And I actually, a lot of times in a marketing context or a text context for, let's say I'm doing a website, I have to tell it, do not use weather comparisons. Do not do that. And it won't do it for like the next entry. And then it's right back on it. Right. Like, quit. It loves to do that. So you'll see that a ton. I think everyone's going to know this one. The second you start seeing bullet points with emojis out front, ChatGPT right there. And I know people do some of that, but dude, ChatGPT loves to give you bullet points. And it might even just be bullet points where it's just a green check mark emoji 5 times.
Yep.
But it also loves to just give the bullet points of, here's an emoji that kind of loosely relates to whatever this bullet point is.
Yep.
That one's super popular. And then another one that I've seen a lot, this was one I didn't pick up on my own, but I saw someone else call this out, and it really raised the flag for me, was I think they called it triplets, where it's even X, Y, or Z, or you can run, you can jump, and you can even do this. Like, it always wants to do things in triples. Yeah. And like that's a good, that's like this number that people like, 3 things. But ChatGPT really loves to do that. It's always giving you, and it actually pairs that up with the weather, whether you listen, watch, or listen in live, we love to have you here. Like, it loves to do that stuff. And like, that's the perfect combo, is the weather that, or the bullet. Like, it'll give you 3 bullet points a lot of times. So the triplets are really common. And then one of the final pieces is how wordy it can be, to like just how long it can take to get to the point. Like, it can just be, and how positive it is. So it can like just be so overly positive with like this flowery, glowing language about something. And it's like, dude, we're just like talking about freaking, I don't know.
It's not necessary.
Like,
us,
it's like, we don't need all this extra fluff here. Like, you're being way too positive, no person would write this positively about this mundane thing. So,
right.
Those are just a few things I've noticed with ChatGPT. There's some people listening to this right now, and their job doesn't revolve around reading a bunch of emails and letters and marketing talk from companies, and they're probably like, yeah, whatever, man. But then there's also people that probably work in an office and like, oh my God, I see so much of that crap now, and I'm so over it.
Yeah. I would think at some point in time it gets better and better and better, and like those things
I mean, it should, but
become less
I mean, yes, it's
patterned and
obviously
stuff,
going to at some point, but
Right.
I think, like, I was reading, why is the M- thing? Like, why is that a thing?
Right.
And it just said because ChatGPT is just trained on so much, and I think like large language models in general are just trained on just so much just copy online, informal copy, and I think like ingesting YouTube videos and stuff like this. And people don't talk in nice sentences. It just runs on and it goes and it's disjointed. And how do you combine these disjointed run-on long thoughts? You just throw that M- in there, and all of a sudden you've connected thoughts that weren't necessarily things. And I think that's where it gets it from. It also does not like to, people were saying, I haven't noticed it because I don't really tell it to do it in this way, but it never likes to, offer like personal, like if you and I are writing something for Massenomics, it's going to be a lot of, oh, we are so grateful for this.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh yeah, this is Tanner. I love meeting everyone this weekend. I love doing this. It's never doing the I and we talk because it's not, it's being the objective, neutral third party. So you're never going to get that more first person communication with it. So something to be aware of. ChatGPT.
Yep. ChatGPT, can't live without it. Can't live with it.
Like, I don't know, if you're using it, I don't know, maybe just think of your job as more of a copy editor versus a copy and paster, maybe.
That's what I feel like the trick is. It's like, no, it's like it's a helper. It's
you're the creative director.
Jumping off point.
Yes. Or like, I do this all the time where I need something from like a marketing standpoint. When I say marketing, I'm saying just text to represent a company like Massenomics or someone else's company. And I know the idea I'm trying to get across, so I just write like 4 sentences. Like it's like
you don't worry about it being grammatically
make this better. And I'm just like, okay, this message, and this is cool and this is good and we like this. And then it spits out something, and I'm like, okay, thank you. You put the nice transitions in. You made it a coherent thought.
You added the M-.
You added the M- and you made it way too long, so I can remove the last sentence. I can remove the weather comparison, and I can get rid of the M-. And now we got something we can work with. And I think that is how more people should be using it.
Yeah. ChatGPT hacks right here on Massenomics Podcast.
Yeah.
You know what's one other hack that everyone can use?
What?
Head over to TexasPowerBars.com. Check out their collection. Various powerlifting and general strength training bars. I would play a little ditty for you about loving this bar, but YouTube does not like when I play that ditty. So you'll just have to imagine what Toby Keith is saying about Texas Power Bars this week. Mm-hmm.
I'll let you fill.
Don't do it too close.
Yeah, I'll let you fill the gaps after that.
Don't be too good at it. But when Buddy started lifting weights, Buddy Caps that is, with Olympic bars back in the 1960s, he noticed that there was hardly any grip. He said, there's no grip. This sucks. The knurling on the bars was so light when the bars were new. Years later, they became almost slick. It was like a slippery surface that you were trying to hold on to. The sleeves were held onto the bar with a threaded cap, of all things.
Oh, God.
A threaded end cap.
Come on.
Yeah.
Did you get it from the barbell?
Like, what was this from
Ferry?
Toys R Us? Toys R Us. Yeah. And the threaded end cap and inside collars were held in place with a set screw. It's almost comical. He's like, buddy's like, you're using a set screw over here. Yeah, each sleeve consisted of 3 pieces, and that was a problem. Well, you can kind of start to see where this is headed. Buddy Caps comes out with the Texas Power Bar, revolutionizes the industry in barbells as we know it, and now you can get a piece of that history, of that story, at TexasPowerBars.com. Snag one of your own, a power bar, deadlift bar, squat bar. Can't beat any of them.
You forgot one final statement on there. Whether you're Buddy Caps, Toby Keith, or the Massenomics guys, you'll be saying, I love this bar.
You'll be saying, I love this bar, M-. Mm-hmm.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And last, but certainly not leastest, is The Strength Co. This episode is brought to you by The Strength Co. If you head on over to www.thestrengthco, you can find our favorite Made in America plates. They're smooth. They're easy to grip. They're black, E-coated. They come in sizes from 0.75 to 100 pounds. You're thinking, God, this all sounds great. What is this? Is this really what they offer? And yes, that is what they offer. Those are the Strength Co plates. They are our favorite plates. They're the go-to plates. The Massenomics gym, Tommy's home gym, the Lift Hard Live Easy Classic warm-up room. They really are the go-to in all those spots. They also ship insanely cheap. Tanner, did you see this? Did you hear about this? Some people were putting calibrated plates in the Discord are on sale from a certain manufacturer.
Yeah.
And
the shipping was nuts.
the shipping was for like a pair of plates was like hundreds of dollars, I think, wasn't it?
Not from the Strength Co.
Not from the Strength Co. A pair of plates shipped. I mean, it's going to depend on where you live a little bit, but I think a pair of 45 shipped is like $40-ish. We're talking like 90 pounds worth of weight here. You know, that's a good deal.
I don't even know how that happens. Yeah.
That's very, very affordable. So if you'd like to get some for yourself, head on over to the strength.co and buy them up.
Buy them up. And make sure to check out our YouTube channel. The most recent video on our YouTube channel that will have come out at the time of this release is our gym tour with Big Kevin in Ohio. What is it? It's the
it is the
affordable Ohio basement
DIY Ohio basement home gym.
Affordable DIY Ohio basement home gym tour with Big Kevin, NASA scientist. So don't miss it. We had a lot of fun with that one. We recorded it. We figured almost like 3 months ago.
Yeah.
So it's kind of crazy. I'm excited. I haven't watched it. I'm excited to watch it and enjoy it for myself at this point. I'm excited I remember the nickname the catchphrase that I got. I'm not sure if he's been utilizing that.
I totally
catchphrase.
forgot about that until I watched the video, and I was laughing very hard at that part.
I wonder. I need to get on Big Kevin. I don't think he's been utilizing that catchphrase. Right. I'd like to see him be.
I think he needs a banner for that.
Yeah. Yes. Yes. He needs a banner for that inside. Is it RSG Ray Hill Strong Gym?
Yeah.
That's what we tour. We got another gym tour coming next week.
Also, in case anyone thinks we are joking around too much, one thing about Kevin's gym, we should have spent a little more time on this in the video, has probably one of the coolest DIY belt squat setups and coolest DIY rack-mounted reverse hyper setup. Like, I actually cannot believe that's not a product on the bar. I wouldn't be surprised if someone watched this video and released that as a product a year from now, because it is that cool. I think it's a great idea. I can't believe it actually doesn't exist.
I can't believe it's not butter.
Yes.
All right. Should we bring this one on home in for a landing?
Let's do it.
All right. Tommy, where do they find you at?
You can find me at Tomahawk_D.
You can follow me at Tanner_Bear. Just make sure to follow Massenomics at Massenomics.
See ya.